Alright folks, welcome to episode 6. At the end of the last episode we reached Oasis in our Dhow, coming from Alank Academy. We did notice that we can make a tidy little profit from salmon going to Alnalem. It's a bit scarier sailing in that direction because you can see Gold Rock the whole way but you can't see Alnalem. But we're going to be brave. Looks like there's only 5 for sale. We've got enough to afford all of that and we'll get a decent profit off it all when we get there. 5, that'll do us. And then we'll have a look at missions and see if we can maximise Blue Tobacco to Alchemist Island. That's very tempting. That would be quite easy because we would just have to go to Gold Rock and down. Can we make money off salmon to either Gold Rock? Oh well, it's not going to tell us anymore. Well, let's see if there's other things. There's a few here to Alank Academy, which is on the way to Alnalem. We have our tobacco, which is always profitable and nice and light as well. We've got black, we've got green, some oranges. That's too heavy. Brown tobacco. Okay, so it's going to be tobacco to Alank Academy. So we're going to just swipe all of those up now. And then, do we have anything else to Alank Academy? We can take mail to Alank Academy. And then if we're going to, I think I just saw mail to Alnalem somewhere. There we go. Since we're going to be heading to Alnalem as well, I think it would make sense to drop off everything to Alank Academy. And then we can maybe pick up some more missions from Alank down to Alnalem. And that should make us quite a tidy little profit. Can we take any more missions? Nope. That's fine. Don't want to go too crazy because that's going to be quite a full boat. We're really going to be testing the Dhow here. Big long sail, laden down with cargo. So I'll do my usual. I will make a little cut and hopefully I can get all this stocked on the boat without too much damage. So I will see you guys very shortly. Alright folks, welcome back. So I don't think we could fit any more on this boat even if we wanted to. So that could make things pretty interesting. I'm just going to have a little drink of water because all that stocking up has made me pretty thirsty. But yeah, we're going to get ourselves headed down towards Alank Academy. We can't actually see from Oasis with that, so we'll check our logbook after we set sail. The wind is ever so slightly behind us, so we'll get ourselves started going in that direction and then we will turn round. We've actually got 6 days or so to deliver everything, so I think we've got plenty of time to mess around in the dock here. So I'm just letting off a little bit of sail. We're going to release a bit of the sheet just so the wind is behind us. And we're going to get, in fact we'll keep her going straight for now. We're going to release the stern first this time. Let her trickle forward. Oh, and then the bow. Then we're going to get on and quickly turn because there are 2 big plinths of wood we are about to crash directly into. I think there was a little scrape there. If you heard that, then no you didn't. Okay, right, so now we can think about picking up speed. It's a little bit hard to get around this boat now. I mean, most of the cargo we've got is relatively light, to be fair, but still, we've got to pay attention to our weight. Get ourselves turned around a little bit. There we go, get ourselves going on a bit more of a beam reach as we pick up speed. So the wind is going pretty much directly north, which is a bit annoying because we want to go in the opposite direction, i.e. windward, the way the wind is coming from, to reach Alank Academy. So I want to sail as close to south as possible, but we're not going to be able to get direct south, which is going to make things a little bit more interesting. It's a lovely day. We don't actually have much in terms of provisions and food, But that's okay because we have our trusty fishing rod to help us along the way. And we've got plenty of water. Got a half full barrel and a few extra bottles and some beer, just on the off chance that we need it. So we're actually going quite fast already. So I'll make another little turn to get her into more of a close haul or a close reach, just depending on how much we get away with the wind. She's turning beautifully, so maybe we're not as heavy as I thought we were. Pull that in a touch. Alright, so she's handling southeast pretty well. So let's just flirt with a close haul and see what happens. See if she's going to hold. So that's probably as close to a close haul as I'm going to want to be. How are we looking there? It's south, but it's getting close to southeast, which is not amazingly ideal. I mean, it's not a problem, it just means we're going to have to be doing a lot of tacking in this video, which is just a lot of hard work and effort. Goodbye, Oasis, you were good to us. I forgot to pick up some more lanterns, but that's alright. So, just to give you guys a little update, here is all of our missions to Alank Academy, including mail. One little mission of mail to Al Nalem. Now, did I pick up a trade receipt? No, I didn't. So we've got 5 boxes of salmon as well. It was costing us roughly around 112, 110 Alank lions for a profit of around 98, which obviously changes. That fluctuates with every piece of salmon, box of salmon that you buy, just to match with supply and demand. But I think we're going pretty good here. So maybe take us out in this direction if she holds until we start to see gold rock in the distance, and then we will tack ourselves over to, it's probably going to be more likely to be southwest, and we'll just keep doing that. We'll do that until, well, we don't really want Gold Rock City to our east, but we'll do it until it's to our southeast, and then we should hopefully be able to work out where we are from there. Yeah, I have not planned this sail really. I've not attempted this one off camera, so a little bit of jeopardy today. We'll see what happens. But as I say, the sail in the last episode gave me a newfound sense of confidence in the Dhow. I'd never sailed to Oasis in the Dhow before, so we're going to use that newfound confidence to keep ourselves going. Put my fishing rod and the broom into my inventory. So that's another word I always pronounce wrong. Inventory, I tend to say. In my inventory, just so that I could stock some boxes around the side here. Trying to keep our stock as parallel as possible. I don't think these two weigh the same as a table and half a barrel of water, but as you can see, she's still reacting to my body weight fairly well. Maybe a little bit more to port side actually, but that's likely just because that's the leeward direction of the wind. So yeah, we are sailing pretty good. So I'm trying to decide when is going to be best to sleep. I'm thinking I'll just sleep now because she is holding course perfectly. Wake up and then we will do our tack. I think that's a sensible option. I suppose we'll find out as we go along. It is coming up for noon, so we will wake up in the evening. Alright, we didn't have a full sleep, so we didn't necessarily wake up in the evening. I guess we're close by. I would call that maybe somewhere between noon and 7 o'clock. So we'll call it 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. So we've got a little bit of daytime left to sail. We can still see Oasis off in the distance, just on the right hand side of your screen there. So I don't imagine we're going to be able to see Gold Rock just yet. Gold Rock should be pretty much south to us. So that's south there. And I'm trying to force the perspective here, but oh wait, you probably won't see that on YouTube, but you can just make out a little hill peak to the south. So Gold Rock is going to be our saviour for this sail. We're just going to keep focusing on that until Gold Rock is in a southeasterly direction from us, and when it is, we should be within the vicinity of Alank Academy. As you can see on the map, if you drew a line between Alank Academy and Gold Rock City, you're pretty much going southeast if you were going in that direction. So that is what we are going to do. This archipelago is pretty good for that kind of thing. All the directions seem to be dead on, i.e. to go from Alank Academy to Oasis, we pretty much went dead on north-northeast. Or at least we attempted to. We broke course a couple of times, but it was nothing too painful, because we are efficient sailors. We're good sailors here at Shipwreck Sean. So yeah, Gold Rock is just ever so slightly east of south. So we'll keep going until that's a wee bit more, and then we'll get away with a full tack over to westward. Direction of the wind is bang south, and we'll probably tack, I suspect, to around here, which is exactly southwest. So in theory it's going well. I don't like to jinx it, but I'm feeling good at this moment in time. So I'm going to enjoy this sense of confidence whilst it lasts, and have a bit of confidence cheese. We've got 2 more dates left, which is not going to sustain us very well, so we'll need to think about fishing. We are luffing ever so slightly. I'm going to pull us out in this direction a little bit. I'm going to catch a couple of fish. Do we have a hook? No, we don't. There we go. I'm going to catch a couple of fish just in case we get ourselves into a storm or anything. I don't really fancy fishing in a storm, so we'll stock up on a couple of those now, and we'll be thanking ourselves in the future. Obviously, as I say, I've got my fingers, toes and everything else crossed that we don't end up in a storm. But what's it? Perfect planning prevents... Oh wait, I can't swear on YouTube. Perfect planning prevents poor performance. There we go. I've got to bow to the mighty algorithm. We got ourselves a little fish on the hook here. I've never actually went fishing in real life, so I can't comment on how realistic this is, but I'm going to hazard a guess that it's not super realistic that I just caught a fish within like 3 seconds. I've got friends that go fishing and they will go and stand in a cold river in Scotland for 6 hours a day. They'll come back with like 4 fish and they'll tell me that it was the most amazing day they've ever had. I don't really know if it's my thing. Maybe I'll try it one day. But for now, I'll stick to Fishing Simulator. We'll catch 2, and then the sun is about to go down. I can't remember, I'm sure it's either 3 or 4 minutes per in-game hour in this game. So it doesn't seem like the days are that long, but sometimes it feels like it. Particularly if you're in the open ocean, like me yesterday, panicking, hoping to get as many naps as possible. We're just slowly easing this fish in. Oh, got a little wiggle. And then we can fire her in nice and quick there. Oh, that's an eel. Oh, I've just dropped. Please tell me I've still got the eel on. Right click to drop the eel. Oh no, it's not right. There we go. Look at us learning. Open that crate. We'll fire our catch in here. And we will eat that when we need to. So I think I'm brave enough to attempt our attack now. So we're going to haul around. Wait until the wind catches the sail. She's turning a bit slower than usual, but not as slow as I thought it would be with the amount of cargo we're hauling. We are going a bit... I don't really like how west we're having to go though. Going to be a long sail. I think you can see Gold Rock there just in the top middle of your screen. To a perfect south direction. So maybe it's best to keep going in the direction we were. And then, because it looks like we can close haul it south. And then when we get close enough to Gold Rock, we can then cut out westward and try and spot Alank Academy. Or Aunalem. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So all that effort tacking to our starboard side, we're going to tack back the way. There's no point in going west now because we are pretty far off from Alank Academy and all the rest of that part of the archipelago. So we will cut her in this direction. We're cutting it a bit fine in terms of a close haul. So it looks like we're getting away with just east of south again. And I don't want to cut it any more fine than that because I'm about to go for a nap. And I don't want to wake up off course on such a big important sail. Because this should get us a decent amount of money. Yet again, it doesn't look like it much here, but once we've sold everything and completed our missions, that will look a lot healthier. And we're getting closer and closer to either upgrading the Dhow, as a couple of people commenting on my videos have mentioned, or going for the sandbuck. I don't know if you can create a poll on YouTube or anything like that. I'll look into it, but I think I'll let you guys decide how we're going to proceed, if we want to go for a bigger ship or if we want to stretch the Dhow as far as possible. Someone in one of my earlier episodes, well, I think they're all quite early actually, but someone suggested I sail the Dhow across the open ocean to the Emerald Isles, and that sounds scary but tempting and exciting, so that's an option. However, the sandbuck feels like a pretty natural progression from the Dhow, so I'm happy with both options really. So feel free to comment and let me know what your opinions are on that matter. Now, all we can really see from Oasis is the tip of the lighthouse and the orange glow, which is always quite a comforting view. But I think I'll take this opportunity to go for a nap because we're holding course, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, so not quite morning, but we've kept our course fairly well. Fire this on. Can we still make out Gold Rock in the distance, or is it too dark for that at the moment? I think it's too dark. But the Dhow's doing well. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to make another cardinal sin on YouTube, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stock up, well, fill up on provisions and go for yet another nap. So another quick cut. And it means in real life I can have another swig of my cup of tea which is getting colder and colder by the second. So we're going to scran on our raw fish here and eel. And we'll probably have to do another little bit of fishing, but I'd rather do that during the day. So, yet again, good night, and hopefully this time we'll have a little bit of light. Turn that off when I wake up. Well, it's certainly still not light, but we have made full use of our naps for now. A few swigs. Just going to have a quick look at the map here. So there's not really a longitudinal difference between Gold Rock, Oasis, Aunalem and Alank Academy. What's more important usually in this sail is keeping an eye on your latitude. Did I get those round the wrong way? Longitude is this way, latitude is this way. So what I meant to say there was we're keeping an eye on our longitude. We set sail from Oasis, which is just below the 33rd parallel, and we're heading to exactly the 32nd, which actually in the quadrant, some people are better than this than me, but I find it quite difficult sometimes to read small differences like that on the quadrant. We are heading a bit more southeasterly than we had initially set. I've got no view of Gold Rock or Oasis, so that's a little bit on the scary side. However, it looks like the sun will be rising very shortly, which will make me feel just a little bit better. And we can think about maybe doing a little tack soon. Do we still have a hook on our fishing rod? Yes, we do. Let's try and hook in a couple more fish for an early breakfast. We're still pretty full, but a couple of full raw fishes should fill us right up. And actually, if you look down at the hunger bar, you can see there's an orange icon. So we need to think about getting some vitamins in our system. I know they sell bananas at Alank Academy, so it might be worth picking up some of those when we stop by. The reason I'm tempted for the sandbuck is that it just makes life a little bit easier when it comes to nutrition, because you can fit a stove on there, you can fit a drying rack. I mean, arguably speaking, you could fit it on the Dhow, but things just feel a little bit claustrophobic. And I'm a man of space and comfort. We've got one fish, and we finished up our hook there, so we will select another one, and we'll go again. I am terrible at casting away. I have just not worked that out at all. Someone on another YouTuber said to me, you just need to bring back the fishing hook until it just gets to the back, and then you release it and it should cast pretty well. Maybe it's a timing issue or a skill issue on my part, but as I say, if you're casting off the stern of the boat, the sea will take the line away anyway, and as you can see, I'm having no problem at all hooking fish. As we caught two before our nap, and we're about to catch our second of the morning. That's an angry looking fish. There we go. Oh, and there's Gold Rock now that we've got a little bit of sunshine. So Gold Rock it's now slightly more west of south. The wind is going just east of north, which means it'll be difficult to go directly towards Gold Rock. But I'm going to try another tack here and just see where that places us from a navigational point of view, to see what the compass reads once we catch the wind. Oh, I think I like that. Yeah, I like that. So there's our southwest that we're hoping to go for. Obviously, it would have been ideal to go back to Alank Academy in the complete opposite direction that we came here in. But I think that's the best we're going to get for now. We're probably somewhere... There's Gold Rock, there's Oasis. I suspect we're somewhere maybe halfway between 33 and 32. So maybe about here as Gold Rock... In fact, no, here, because Gold Rock is now southwest ever so slightly. So going down in this direction. So a completely southwest direction will get us towards Alank Academy. A whole load of blabbing there. I think you guys know what I mean. That's partly why I'm doing this whole YouTube thing, is to get better at speaking off the cuff. Oh, there we go. We'll shove this fresh raw blue shimmer tail in here for later on. And let's not forget we've got a couple of dates. I suppose this is a good opportunity to... I mean, it's nice and sunny. It's early morning. And of course I'm Scottish. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get drunk. Going to litter our biodegradable bottles here. That is some good honey beer. Oh, and you can see we're visibly getting drunk. And that should decrease our energy levels a little bit quicker, so I can get one of my famous naps. Just going to leave that bottle there for a bit of decoration. The drunkenness doesn't affect doesn't affect underfoot or anything. It's really just a matter of blurring your vision and making you tired a bit more quickly, which I suppose is kind of realistic. Now that I'm drunk, remedial tasks are a bit more exciting. So we're going to scrub up our Dhow here. I should say for YouTube. I don't know how good the algorithm is these days, but I am not literally drunk in real life. I am Sailwind drunk. I know sometimes my blabbing can lead you to believe otherwise, but that's just because I am a dunderhead. Here's another Scottish term for yous. I actually think it's a Dutch term that the Scottish stole and claimed as their own. The Scots have been very good at that in history. Stealing things but not getting blamed for it. Everyone blames the English, but we played our part. Oh, shaboy. I say we. I didn't have much involvement with it all. But this is Let's Play Sailwind. This is not Let's Play Scottish history. There we go. We've got a lovely clean boat. The hull is still manky. Another Scottish term for you. But I kind of like the look. I like the dark hull with the light wood planks in the interior. Grand. So we'll keep going until we're ready for another nap. We'll tack down again towards Gold Rock before our nap, and then we will have a drunken nap. Hopefully there's no hangover in the morning. I've been playing a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I love the mechanics for drinking in that game. You do really suffer the morning after drinking. I think I've barely scratched the surface on Kingdom Come Deliverance. There's so much to learn. I've only just kind of worked out the combat system. For anyone who hasn't played that game, at the start of the game you are tasked, and this is part of the intro, you are tasked with getting money back from someone who owes your dad, who is a blacksmith. He owes him some money for work that your father did for him. So you run down to him, you yap away, you say, right, I'm going to take this money back from force if I have to, and then you fight him. His name is Kunesh, and can I just say, Kunesh absolutely destroyed me. I was like, am I just terrible at this game, this combat system? I restarted a few times, couldn't beat him. And then I looked it up, and there's memes all over the internet describing how Kunesh got hands. So yeah, for a tutorial of a game, like, it really doesn't babysit you. I would recommend that game as well. I'm not too sure if I'd be very good at doing a let's play for it. Given how cinematic it is, I tend to just shut up and enjoy the cutscenes of that game. And for now, I'm rather enjoying being the Sailwind guy. There we go, I think we're sobering up a bit. We've got ourselves to the point where we kind of need a nap. I'll maybe get that halfway so that we get some decent distance whilst we're napping. Maybe take this opportunity to hook in a couple more fish. That was a slightly better cast off. Certainly not perfect. But if we stock up on a couple, it's just nice to know we have provisions there. Not great from a nutritional standpoint. I don't really think fish is going to help us in terms of vitamins, which is what the orange icon is a marker for. But it keeps us fed and it keeps us sailing. I've only ever had the thirst bar go completely down, and I thought that perhaps when your thirst bar hits the bottom, then everything else depletes quickly. Nope, you just die of thirst on the spot essentially and have to start back at your last save. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So we will avoid that at all costs. Reeling in our fish. One thing I wanted to say actually is that you'll notice the... Oh, dearie me. Can't do two things at once. You'll notice that the last, well, all 5 episodes that I've uploaded so far have all been uploaded in quick succession. All basically within a week of each other. I'm not sure if that's the best thing to do on YouTube, but since this is my first Let's Play, I wanted people to have enough content to, you know, sink their teeth into, get an idea of who I am, what I'm about. And I know what I'm like. If I come across a Let's Play that I really enjoy, that's it. It's all or nothing for me. I just want to watch hours and hours of the stuff. So I thought if I upload a decent bit of content now, hopefully I'll build up a nice little community, which I certainly have in the first week. I've had some lovely comments from people, advice already, suggestions. And there was one commenter who was watching my sail to Oasis and took the opportunity to follow along and get there themselves. And you have no idea how giddy that made me. That's exactly why I'm doing this kind of thing. As I say, I'm certainly no expert, but to know that I helped at least one person brave the sail to Oasis means a lot. It really does. So, emotions out the way. That's us where I want to be in terms of going for a nap. So we're going to tack us round, see what direction we end up going in. Hopefully not directly to Gold Rock. I'd like to be going ever so slightly to Gold Rock's west. And funnily enough, we're going directly to Gold Rock. And in fact, for distance's sake, we're going to go slightly east of Gold Rock. So the opposite of what I wanted. That's Sailwind. And it's time for a nap. Hopefully not too hungover in the morning. I will see you guys after a little nap. Alrighty, we still have daylight. I don't think we've gone too far, but Gold Rock is getting slightly bigger. So that's always positive. We are going in a forward direction, which is what we want. I don't have the chip log, so I can't tell what speed we're going at, but I don't think we're going very fast. I mean, you can see a little trail, a little draft trail off to the stern of the vessel, which we have aptly named the Bonnie. That might be a nice little screen grab for the thumbnail for the video. Kind of running out of interesting ideas for thumbnails for videos, but and we are 6 episodes in. So yeah, I think we'll spend today. I wonder if we can get a bit tighter of attack in this direction now. Let the wind pass over. Oh, I like that. See, if I'm going to be heading west, I'd like Gold Rock to just be in my vision off to the port side of the boat. Much like that. It's not the strongest wind out here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we don't seem to be having, before I say this, touch wood, we don't seem to be having any storms, any adverse weather so far. So things are smooth sailing. Might be a slightly longer episode this time. So well done to all of you guys who have stuck around. We could do with a few swigs. I don't think dates help you from a vitamins point of view, or at least in my experience it doesn't seem to. But we'll get all of that eaten for now. And that is us full up. Starting to wish I had the quadrant, but I think we're doing alright. I think we will commit to this direction for a wee bit until Gold Rock is a lot further east than it has been. It's still directly south of us, which is safe. It's safe going. But we really want to be looking in this direction and seeing Gold Rock. And then we could start to keep a lookout for... Oh, can't look. Start to keep a lookout for any of these islands. If we can get perfectly to Alank Academy, I'll be dancing. But I've got a sneaky suspicion that's not going to happen. And in fact, whilst the sun is going down, I think I will do a little bit of fishing, because I'd like to sleep when it's already dark, because then I'll have less time to wait until it is daytime again. As I say, we've got quite a long time before anything needs to be delivered to Alank Academy or Alnalem, so we can play around here a little bit. And even if we got stuck in a storm, we could probably just haul up the sail and wait it out. I have drank all of my nerve assisting honey beer, so we'll have to wait out the storm sober, if indeed a storm hits us. I feel like I'm manifesting it by talking about it. I might regret this. I can feel the sky getting darker, so I think the sun must be on the horizon now. Yep. So we'll maybe just haul in one fish for breakfast and go for another of my famous shipwreck Sean naps, which I'm actually pretty known for in real life as well. I am a young-ish man in a pensioner's body. Come on, just hoping to get a little bite here. I don't fancy chewing on the chewing on the wood for breakfast. Okay, so we don't have much speed at all because Gold Rock is still pretty much directly south of us. So this is where the nap is going to come in handy. A little time travel nap. I spoke in the last episode about features I'd like to see in this game in the future, and someone commented, I believe it was, well, another part of the handle is Taran. I can't quite remember the rest of the handle, but they mentioned that they would quite like to see wildlife, or at least more wildlife in this game, which I think would be a fantastic idea. It would make you feel a little less lonely whilst you're out at sea. I mean, the only wildlife we have so far, we are currently eating. Oh, and I've just lost that particular bit of wildlife. Am I just getting worse at fishing? We're going to give up on that for now. But it'd be nice to see things like whales, dolphins, seagulls were mentioned. You do get seagulls already in the game, but only above the islands. Whereas I would quite like to see maybe seagulls when you're maybe a day away from land. There was a lot of superstition with seagulls amongst sailors back in the day. They were often thought to be the reincarnations of their dead sailor friends. But they brought a lot of joy and comfort because, as I say, seagulls signified that land was nearby, or at least within a few miles or so. And then the other mention was things like rats that come and eat provisions on your boat, or I guess if you've got a larger ship, which would introduce the need for a ship's cat, which obviously if you heard my cat's feature in the last episode, you'll know I'm very biased towards that opinion. I think that would be great. But I think we're looking long in the future now. As I say, I think on the roadmap, the next step is things like ship's damages, potentially multiplayer, etc. I should have probably checked where Gold Rock was before it got completely dark. But it's not going to be far from south, so I suspect it's within this vicinity somewhere. So I think we'll have a nap on our westward heading, and we'll see where we end up when we wake up. I don't think it's going to be any lighter. Well, indeed it's not any lighter. It's going to get us the wind to catch our sail just a wee bit better. The weather is getting a little bit rougher. We're heading northwest, which is just not ideal. That is not ideal at all. So we're going to do a big tack. And actually we are turning awfully slowly. I do not want to get caught in irons out here. Fortunately, she has caught the wind. So I'm just pulling with all my might here. And we will head south-southwest, which is the direction I really wanted to be going in the first place. But without being able to see Gold Rock City, I'm not entirely sure where I am. So we're just going to hold out until daytime and see what happens. As I say, I've been trying to keep all of my episodes underneath an hour because I know anything longer than that can seem a little bit off-putting. Is that water in the boat? It's funny, someone told me that they use my videos to fall asleep to, and I'm not too sure how much of a compliment that is, but I will take it. So yeah, like and subscribe for more Shipwreck Sean nap time, both in real life and in game. We are going to catch this fish. I am determined. This fish is coming home, and we're going to eat it. We might need a few. Okay, we have the hook. We're just going to easy does it. We're not going to stress the hook too much. Did we lose it? Maybe I need to stress the hook a little bit. Oh no, we've still got him. We still have our fish. God, I am atrocious at this. Yeah, maybe when I get to Alank Academy, I'm going to stock up on some food because I am not a reliable fisherman. We got one. I will take one. And we're just going to eat that straight away. Yeah, that's good. We're looking healthy. I'll take that. The wind is catching the sail pretty well. It's coming across a beam reach, going directly south. So we're going to let that out a little bit. Pick up some speed. We're actually going to let it out quite a bit more so we can catch that 45-degree angle between the direction of the wind and the angle of our yard here. And I think we'll be steamrolling a little bit southward. Can we see Gold Rock anywhere? Try and force that perspective again. No, I'm not seeing Gold Rock at all. There's a little shadow in this. Oh well, I thought there was a shadow in the stars to the left of the screen, but a few stars have just appeared. So what I thought was Gold Rock is probably not Gold Rock. But there's absolutely no chance whatsoever that we've sailed past Gold Rock, so we're good. We are golden. So yep, this episode is going to be longer than usual. I'll try to avoid that in the future, but I feel like per episode you want to get the complete sail. Like I wouldn't want to cut out halfway through and do the whole join me for part 2 thing. I would like you to see me stocking up, setting sail, dealing with the seas, and then arriving safely. We'll maybe deliver everything at Alank Academy, and then I can start the next episode by just doing a little sail down to Aunalem, and then we'll take it from there. I do hope to have enough money soon to bank towards the, as I say, either the sandbuck or some upgrades for our Dhow Bonnie here. Heading south a little bit. Now, if we wanted to turn south, southwest, is the wind going to allow us to do that? Yeah. Pull the sail in a touch. And I'm actually going to reef the sail slightly just so I can see the marker from where I'm standing, because I can't see a thing. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it here for now. We can see the marker is blowing easterly. And we're going to turn in. To our southwest there. Maybe somewhere between southwest and south-southwest. And, oh, can't see because of the sail. It's still pretty much a beam reach. Maybe a broad reach at this point. No, that's not a broad reach. Maybe more of a close haul at this point. Close reach. There we go. Release the sail again. Turn this guy off and head back here. Are we keeping the angle somewhere between the two? I'm scared to go back for another little micro nap in case that happens again, but I would really appreciate some visibility. So yet again, we're going to go for another nap. Okay, good news galore. We are still keeping our direction. We can see, and also whilst I took a little nap there, I looked over at my phone and Edinburgh scored a try in rugby, so everything is going well. Let's go and see if we can spot Gold Rock. We can. Just over the waves there. And it is more towards our east, which is groovy. That will do. Not quite at our southeast yet, but close enough. So we will keep an eye on our heading. I'm going to do some fishing, but I think whilst I'm fishing, I will do a quick cut because I really don't want this to be a fishing simulator video. And it's painful enough watching me try. So I'll hook a couple of fish in and I'll be back with you guys. Alright folks, so I really don't know what happened there, but as soon as I decided I was going to do a little cut for fishing, I became an absolute expert. I've caught 5 here with the same hook, the one that's still on the rod by the way. So I know how I mentioned that you can only get like around 4 fish with one hook. That was a lie. Are we keeping heading? Yes, we are. Gold Rock's still there. Getting closer to southeast. We are south-southeast now. So yeah, you guys want to see my amazing new fishing skills? See, that was a better cast off. If I can get 6 fish with one hook, we are on to a record. And I'm going to quit Let's Play Sailing and I'm going to download Fishing Simulator. I've kind of pigeonholed myself by calling my YouTube channel Shipwreck Sean, but it is an old channel. I mean, if you were so inclined, if you go and check out some of my older videos and shorts, there's more boat related things, but boats in real life. Not much sailing, I might add. I think there's one video where I'm out on a little ferry, which is not sailing at all. We've got an engine going. But there's also a little clip that I was very proud of back in the day where I'm climbing to the top of a mainmast of a tall ship. And I added some music that was recorded by some by myself, some by some friends of mine, and a couple by old bands that I used to be in. Okay, fish number 6, and we've still got the hook. Okay, I know this is incredibly boring, but I'm now very excited by this. Can we get number 7? This is amazing. I think I'm getting more confidence from this than I got by sailing the Dhow up to Oasis. And I did say we needed more wildlife in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6. We've got all the wildlife in the sea over there. Who needs cats and whales and dolphins when you've got a whole school of fish and a variety? So I've been having success by keeping the fishing hook bent, but not so bent that it starts to wobble. I've been getting away with a little wobble. But I think perhaps I was leaving the line too loose. I thought you could only lose the fish if you were wobbling too much, but maybe you can also lose it if your rod has no pressure whatsoever. Okay, number 7, that's got to be it. And we've still got the hook. Is the game broken? Is this a bug? Still going. Getting close to our southeast for Gold Rock. Okay, I think you guys have seen enough fishing. In fact, no, you haven't. We're going for number 8. I always create chapters in my video, so I will call this chapter something to do with fishing. And if this is just too much for you, which I wouldn't blame you for, then feel free to skip this part. But if you are interested in watching Shipwreck Sean set the fishing record for Sailwind, then hang around. Right, we have a bite for number 8. Bit of a wobble. Just reeling in nice and slowly. And what a great way to pass the time on a long voyage. At the start, well, earlier on in this episode, oh, right, okay. Well, that's the end of that endeavour. Let's get to eating. So we got... We'll drop that actually. What did we get? We got 1 tuna, 1 shimmer tail, 2 tuna, 2 shimmer tail, 3 and 4 tuna, and our sunspot fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe the tuna perishes first. Or at least it burns first when you're cooking it. So I'm going to scran on that for now. Until we are full. And then I'm hoping our 4 little fishies there, or fish, is the plural, will do us for the rest of the sail. Should still have plenty of water for this. Keeping our heading south-southwest. Wind is at a beam reach. We can release this just to get our 45 degree a bit more accurately. And I'm rather happy with this. Although I do think this video is going to be about 3 hours long at this rate. Was that a little bit of... Yet again, I mean, you think you've got a clean laptop screen until you play this game, and then all of a sudden you notice every little speck of dust because you think it's land. But surely we're not going to see land at this point. In fact, since the... if we were to go more towards Gold Rock City, we would have the wind behind us a touch, and we would get more speed. Oh, decisions. What do we want to do? Yeah, I think I want to head maybe more south, which is actually just a beam reach on the other tack, and then get to the point where we can maybe make out a bit more of Gold Rock, and then we will take our chances west. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we have south. Let out a bit to catch our 45 degree angle. That looks about right. And we'll just keep her going in that direction. I am getting the itch for another little ship. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce my own handle now. Maybe that honeybeer is getting to me. I've got the itch for another Shipwreck Sean nap, but we have gone slightly off course there with our correction. Bring her back round there. Try and keep the course closer to south. Let's just keep an eye on that for a split second before we go for our Shipwreck Sean nap. Maybe I should have picked an easier name to say. I quite like the train simulator games. Do we go for Trainwreck Sean? There's no alliteration there. Less shh. Right, now we're really blabbing, so we will go to bed and I will have a swig of my Earl Grey tea and refresh a little bit. Oh. Did I just... Okay, so we need to pull this in because we are stopped dead in the water, but do you see that? Over in the distance? That is Al Ankh Academy. Don't ask me how I've managed that. We're going to put that down to luck. Wow. I'm genuinely surprised by that. I didn't expect to see Al Ankh Academy so soon. So we did something right. I hope you guys were taking notes because I've got absolutely no clue how I've achieved this. I've been very lucky in this Let's Play so far. Let's just say that. All of the sails, we have had luck on our side. We haven't really been caught in a storm yet. We had one flirting with us, behind us, but that's about it. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, and Edinburgh are still winning, by the way. 6 minutes to go. 29-25. My French is not good, but they're playing a team called, well, it's spelled V-A-N-N-E-S. So would that be Van? Because I don't think you pronounce the E-S. Or I just go full Scottish and I call it Vans. No, I think they're playing Van. Von. And this is precisely why I try and keep my videos quite short, because I'm just spewing absolute nonsense at this point. But a couple of commenters did say that it was worth maybe doing a couple more long boring sails, because apparently it's interesting. So to those who said that, I'm blaming you. I was going to go back and forward between Gold Rock and Oasis off camera, and I was going to do another little sequence just to update everyone. I'll maybe do that eventually, so we can just kind of fast track to, as I say, either the Sandbuck or the Dhow configuration. The Dhow is obviously a lot more manoeuvrable, which makes things just a wee bit more easy at sea. Well, maybe more easy in port, should I say. But the Sandbuck is just so much faster if you catch the wind properly. And if this episode and sail is anything to go by, then speed is going to be our friend. Starting to see the glow of Al Ankh Academy when I press C, but I can't really see it from where I'm standing. Maybe if I stand on my mountain of cargo here. Yep, I think it's just there, above my cursor, but no orange glow. Not like that with a force perspective anyway. Can I force perspective it? Oh, okay, there we go. So we're close. As I say, we will stop this episode when we get to Al Ankh Academy. And off camera, I will deliver all my missions that are due there. Then we'll have a few more days to... Where is it? Where's the mail? A few more days to deliver our mail here to Al-Nalem. 5 days total from this point. So I'll start the next episode by showing everyone what our reputation and finances are like. And then it should be a short little sail down to Al-Nalem. So episode 7 should be a nice little breezy one, just to give everyone a break from my natter think I can take this guy back, pop him here, and keep him on for now, just for a bit of comfort. There we go. I've already said it a few times, so I'm not going to bother explaining the mic constellation, as I call it. But you can see it's turned round to its side now, but you can still follow it. But I'm going to leave that to you guys. If you've been keeping up with these videos, you should be an expert at it by now. And an expert at fishing too. Maybe not so much a sailor, as I'm still learning with that part of the game. Let's go for what's left of our tuna. And then we don't need to worry about food until we have docked. And as I say, we'll pick up some bananas and try and sort that vitamin deficiency that we've got. Because I don't want to catch scurvy. I hear it's not very nice. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to sail past Alank Academy just a little touch so that I can then turn in towards it and dock facing in this direction, facing, it'll be north-northeast. I think when we casted off from Alank Academy, I think we were pretty much heading in the perfect direction for Oasis, which was north-northeast, so that's the direction we want to be going in to cast off. Obviously we're going to Alnalem next, but the wind is taking us east. In fact, I think we could have gotten away with both, with any direction, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to get into the habit of sailing past though, and then turning in. Because if my last episode was anything to go by, I've certainly not mastered docking. At least the way I like to do it. Maybe if I do that off camera it'll be great. Because without an audience I was fantastic at fishing. I'm just a shy fisher. All looking good to me. We can make out some features on Alank now. That looks like the eastern tower. Not sure if YouTube's compression will allow you to see that. But it's all going well. So what did we do? We'll check our missions actually. What have I just dropped? The map. So we came down ever so slightly at a southeasterly direction for a bit. And then we did a little bit of southwest. We tried to flirt with southwest, but we weren't having much luck there. And just by napping, we've just ended up at Alank Academy. I feel like a fraud. Or just a very, very lucky guy. You can just make out the little line for the dock there, which is always comforting. Oh, and I've just noticed that rugby game's finished and I've got absolutely no idea who won. I'm not seeing an awful lot of smiles from any of the players, so maybe it was close. I will find out at the end of this. This is a great game for that. It's a great game for, you know, if you want to watch something in the background or have a little podcast on, or if you want to watch Shipwreck Sean's Let's Play Sailwind series, whilst you're playing away. Of course. And now we're headed towards Alank Academy. As I say, we've worked out that it doesn't really matter in what direction we go in from, but I would like to do this preferably rather than this. So get us to about here, and then we will tack again, and then turn in for our final approach. Well done, and thank you to anyone that has made it this far. I haven't checked the recording time yet, but I suspect it's been a hot minute. It's a good thing I've got the day off work today. I think we'll pick up some more beer from Alank Academy as well whilst we're at it, as a little celebration. Our Dhow has made it to Oasis and back. Again, something I haven't actually achieved in this game. I waited until I had the sandbook to attempt any of this in the last save. So it just shows you what the Dhow can achieve. And I suppose if we did end up buying the sandbook, we still own the Dhow. So I could mess around on the sandbook, but also if I'm feeling brave, try the challenge to the Emerald Isle and the Dhow. I think just the important thing is just making sure you've stocked up on plenty of water and provisions. And now that I am the best at fishing, I know that I won't be short for food. And I think it takes, I don't know, I think it's something like 2 weeks of in-game days to get there. So we're going to have to kill a lot of time whilst we're sailing to the Emerald Isle. Well, that's 2 weeks in the sandbook, to be fair. I don't know how long it's going to take in the SS Bonnie. Right, we've got our direction, so we're going to reef the sail. Slow down because we are coming in a bit hot. Just going to reef that completely actually, because I think we've got enough speed to manage this little manoeuvre. And this is going to go perfectly. I can feel it. A little bit of confidence, a little bit of luck, and a little bit of madness should get us there. And maybe a little bit of speed too would help. Easy does it. We are in no rush. Big yank. Lock that. How are we looking? Perfect. So actually a perfect docking is when you slam the bow straight into the bollard there. That's how we do it in real life. Oh. And that was on purpose too, just going for a little swim, since it's been a while since I've had a bath or a shower. It's all on purpose here, I promise. Give the boat a little nudge. So if we did already have damage in this game, I think we would be we'd have a lot less money than we have now. What on earth is happening? Oh shit boy, this is not the best way of ending an episode. Let's take the stern line off. Push her back a touch. And then push her from the bow so that she turns round. This is how we did it back in my day. And then we're going to tug on this just to pull us along a little touch. Pull the sail in. And as I say, if you saw all that, no you didn't. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Not a thing wrong with that. So, on that high note, I'm going to finish this off there for this episode. I will drop everything into Alank Academy that I need to, and I'll show you guys where we are financially and reputation wise at the start of the next episode. So thanks for bearing with me for this one, and hopefully if I've not scared you away, I will see you guys for episode 7. As always, I've been Shipwreck Sean, and cheery bye.